New this morning, FTX announcing it's making a strategic investment in trading platform IEX. As part of the deal, which is expected to close next month, FTX will help IEX on board digital assets to its trading platform, and the two companies will work together to change the U.S. market structure around digital asset securities. Join us right now. First on CNBC is FTX founder and CEO Sam Bankman-Fried, also IEX co-founder and CEO Brad Katsuyama. It's great to see both of you. Sam, how did this deal come together? What are you trying to do here?
Yeah, I mean, really excited to work with Brad and the IEX team here. I think that, the core things that sort of precipitated this were, we have a lot of expertise with, cryptocurrency, exchanging. They have a lot of experience with securities exchanging. And, it's a really good opportunity for us to work together and work with the SEC and other regulators to build out pathways for digital asset securities.
Hey, Brad, I mean, let's just admit it. This crypto market is a little bit like the Wild West. You've always been trying to make the system, quote unquote, fairer. Talk about front running. I think there's all sorts of front running going on in crypto land right now.
Yeah, man, I think from our perspective, there's a lot of, incredible innovation happening. And I think, Sam and I have talked about this. I think, there's also, a lot of activity that I think the broader crypto community wants to root out of this market. Where IEX has a lot of experience is pushing the boundaries of innovation within regulation. And this is an important time when, regulation, I think, is inevitable in this market, and wanting to ensure that smart regulation is put in place, that there are things that the regulators will want. And I think, from an IEX perspective, we have a lot of experience. We have a decade of experience in really trying to represent the interests of participants and trying to shape regulation that ultimately protects investors. I think that is something Sam and I are both passionate about, our companies are passionate about, and that's what we're trying to do here.
Hey, Sam, right now the SEC obviously looking at this. Gary Gensler's made a bunch of comments. I want to read to you. This is from a Cowen Crypto Report following some comments by Gary Gensler. They say, we see a threat to the existing market structure for crypto platforms, as Gensler is questioning if investors can be protected when a single entity provides all the services. Concentration of crypto trading will become a major talking point in Washington. This will be used to justify imposing regulatory regimes and will be used to counter the idea that crypto is different because it's decentralized. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think that there's certainly an extent to which, there may be a more sort of sharded system for digital asset securities. And I think that, our partnership with IEX is one example of that, where we're looking to join forces to do this and sort of like each offer a piece of the picture. But I also think that, at the end of the day, like, what matters the most here is that there are customer protections, right? What matters the most is that there are rules of the road that protect the users, that ensure that it is a fair and equitable marketplace and market structure, and that there's transparency and protection against frauds. And, whether that happens in a centralized, decentralized, or, any sort of, in between way, I think is a lot less important than just fundamentally that it does happen and that those protections are put in place.
Hey, Brad, you've talked about how the stock market is rigged. I think you've actually used the word rigged over the years. Do you think that the crypto world today is rigged?
Yeah, I mean, I think that, I think part of the partnership with FTX is for us to learn more about the intricacies of the market. And I think, from our perspective, obviously equities was regulation layered upon regulation. And the output of that were that some parts of this market were considerably imbalanced. And I think we've spent a lot of time talking about that. I think from our perspective, when you're looking to build rules from scratch, you have an amazing opportunity to build something and really not look to replicate, some of the issues that do harm investors today.